Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Bride Wonders Whether to Call Things Off. Let's look at language focus. 1번. This may sound cynical, but the sad fact is that financial issues can seriously damage or destroy an otherwise happy relationship. Okay, so as you can see, I have highlighted otherwise. So we use otherwise with an adjective to express that a quality would exist if not for one factor. So otherwise plus 형용사, 특정 상황이 없었다면 또는 다르게 생각했을 때 그 형용사가 묘사하는 상태가 됨. So basically we're saying, as I said, to express that a quality would exist if not for the other factor. So example, Nishinari is a high crime neighborhood in the otherwise safe city of Osaka. 니시나리는 대체로 안전한 도시인 오사카에서 범죄율이 높은 지역입니다. I've never been to Nishinari, but I've been to Osaka twice. I don't remember going to Nishinari. And the next example, Bill and Chris's drunken argument ruined an otherwise enjoyable night. So 빌과 크리스의 술 취한 말다툼이 그 위에는 즐거웠던 외출을 망쳐버렸습니다. So it was a good night until Bill and Chris's drunken argument. So otherwise, with an adjective, 형용사, safe, enjoyable, to express that a quality would exist if not for the other factor. All right, let's move on to 2번 now. 2번, 40 million won in debt might or might not be a deal killer, but not being honest about it is another story. So might or might not. So we use might or might not to express that something is possibly true but uncertain. So might or might not는 어떤 일이 일어날 수도 있고 일어나지 않을 수도 있다는 불확실성을 나타내는 표현입니다. So 쭉 가능성을 두 가지로 열어두는 말입니다. Oops. So if we take a look here at our first example, taking supplements might or might not improve your health, but they are often unnecessary. 보충제를 섭취하는 것이 건강을 개선할 수도 있고 그렇지 않을 수도 있지만 보통 불필요한 경우가 많습니다. Yes, if you're eating a healthy diet, you really don't need supplements. Olivia's explanation might or might not be true, but she still should not have been 3 hours late for work. 올리비아의 설명이 사실일 수도 있고 아닐 수도 있지만 그래도 그녀가 직장에 3시간이나 늦었어서는 안 됐습니다. 3 hours late for work. That's a very long time to be late for work. Anyway. Alright, now let's look at the language focus quiz. 1번. Is one bad part of an otherwise excellent So if we scroll back up to otherwise, use otherwise with an adjective to express that a quality would exist if not for one factor. So otherwise plus 형용사, 특정 상황이 없었다면 또는 다르게 생각했을 때 그 형용사가 묘사하는 상태가 됨. So let's have a look. Let's say the ending is one bad part of an otherwise excellent movie. So 그 결말은 그 위에는 불륜한 영화의 유일한 나쁜 부분입니다. 2번. Ruined an otherwise enjoyable. Let's say the dessert ruined an otherwise enjoyable meal. 디저트가 그 외에는 즐거웠던 식사를 망쳤습니다. 3번. Might or might not be might not be right, but a lot of people would agree with him or her. So might or might not be. If we scroll back up, so might or might not be는 어떤 일이 일어날 수도 있고 일어나지 않을 수도 있다는 불확실성을 나타내는 표현입니다. So, let's keep this simple. Let's say Donald Trump. Donald Trump might or might not be right, but a lot of people agree with him or her, which is true. Donald Trump가 맞을 수도 있고 아닐 수도 있지만 많은 사람들이 그 사람 의견에 동의해 합니다. 4번. Might not be the best way to let's say lying might not be the best way to impress your partner. 거짓말이 당신의 파트너에게 인상을 주는 가장 좋은 방법일 수도 있고 아닐 수도 있습니다. Alright, now let's look at the further discussion. 1번. Do you think 40 million won is large enough amount of debt to be a deal killer? Why or why not? 40백만 원이 거래를 무산시킬 만큼 큰 부재라고 생각하시나요? 왜 그렇거나 왜 그렇지 않을까요? How much is that in Australian dollars? So 40 million Korean won to AUD. Oh, that's not too bad, I guess. It's about 43,000 Australian dollars. I mean, an example would be student loans can cost up to, $50,000 to $100,000 depending on where you studied. So, my tuition was around $43,000, I think, and I paid that off, and my wife married me with $43,000 in debt. Luckily, I paid it off, but for me, it wouldn't be a deal killer as long as, we have a plan to pay it off. But no, I don't think that is much of a deal killer, to be honest with you. I think it's a small amount. Like if it was like $1 million or $2-3 million, then that's a different thing to think about. But $40,000 doesn't seem to be too bad. 2번. Do you know anybody who has called off their wedding at last minute? What happened? Let's look at question 1 again. Weddings can cost up to 40 million won. So, you're stuck there. Do you know anybody who has called off their wedding at the last minute? 결혼식 직전에 결혼을 취소한 사람을 아시나요? 무슨 일이 있었나요? I think I do know somebody who was due to get married and they didn't end up getting married. You hear about these stories all the time, to be honest with you. It's not an uncommon thing. Especially in Korea, because Korea, you're not used to living with the person before you get married. And sometimes getting married is a very stressful part. Like preparing for the wedding is a very stressful part of the process, and sometimes people just don't agree and end up not getting married. So yes, I think there's one person I know who, not really well, but well enough, who went to get married but then decided not to get married. I haven't talked to her for a long time. Wonder how she's going. I wonder if she's married yet. But anyway, That's what I think. I think she disagreed with her partner on a lot of things during the wedding, during the setting up the wedding, and yeah, they didn't get married. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Make up.
Make up.
Cynical.
Cynical.
Chump change.
Chump change.
Deal killer.
Deal killer.
Reluctant.
Reluctant.
Stigma.
Stigma.